Hello everyone, my name is Aziz Demirsoy, and in this video, I will be analyzing two of my favorite games, Daggers and Noita, based on my gamer motivation profile by Quantic Foundry. First of all, my dominant gamer type motto says that I love jumping into the fray of battle, and I agree, since it is what I do in Daggers and Noita. When I look at my overall profile, I'm not surprised that I scored the highest in action. I would expect creativity to be higher and achievement to be the lowest. But anyways, let's move on to my motivation components with Devil Daggers. Simply put, Devil Daggers is a game all about surviving on an arena by killing and avoiding various creatures, which gets harder the longer you survive. And the bigger objective in the game is that you are actually trying to pass other players' scores and get closer to the top ranks based on the time you have survived. As you can see, my action scores are pretty high because I find real life mostly stable and motionless when compared to what video games offer us. So I love engaging in combat that involves fast movement and chaos. Well, destruction is the main thing you do in the game. You destroy hundreds of creatures just so you can survive. And excitement is the main premise of the game. You are constantly on the edge of your seat, shooting at the monsters chasing behind you while rotating around the arena like a headless chicken. Those two basically summarize the overall Devil Diggers experience for me. Pure destruction and excitement caused by the fast-paced chaotic environment. I can definitely see that my action component results truly align with me. About the mastery components. As I have mentioned previously, the game gets more difficult the more you survive, and it is one of those games that you die a lot because you have no health points to waste. So you repeat the process, try to exceed yourself, beat other players' scores. All this means is that it is a very challenging game, and I love challenging games. Why, you may ask? Well, because I want to learn the game, get good at it, just by playing it over and over again, not by pausing the game, searching for the game's wiki, walkthroughs, or tactics from forums. I don't want to be spending my little free time to not play the game. I want the games to be easy to pick up but hard to master, short and fast-paced experiences. Those reasons are why I also completely agree with my mastery components here. So far so good. Now creativity components. Ah, as you may have already noticed, there is not a single thing about this game, like customizable avatars, items, etc. And I prefer it this way, because design aspect would slow down the game and deny the sole purpose why I play this game. But generally speaking, I often hate spending time on the design because it is either too detailed and taking too much of my time, or changing neglectable features such as protagonist's face in an FPS game. This is exactly where Noita comes into play. In Noita, you have full control of what your Vans are going to cast. So in the first place, this was the first reason why this game kept me in its store page. You could combine multiple spells and craft endless combinations of weapons. That was a very interesting premise for me. I remember spending hours in this game just trying out new spell combinations for both practical reasons and aesthetic reasons. I mean, I found myself enjoying design aspect for hours, so maybe it is just that I'm fond of well thought out design. The component I was surprised about the most was discovery, because Noita is all about discovery. And for the context, Noita is the single player game that I have spent the most time on. There are secret boss fights, cryptic messages, ancient monuments, and so on. Discovery aspect in this game was the main reason I kept playing the game even though I have finished the main route. Variety in potions, enemies, spells, locations all made me crave for more findings. A potion called Chaotic Polymorphine turns you into a random enemy in the game. an enemy that is pretty much a clone of you, a spell that calls tentacles to attack their surroundings and even may hurt you. Or you can fly up and find out what the hell ever this place is. In conclusion, I completely disagree with my creativity components here as they are very contradictory to what I play. Let's continue Noita with immersion components. I love finding myself in an unfamiliar universe where there is lot to discover and when the lore is optional. Noita is exactly like this. I found myself immersed in the game from the beginning, wondering where I am and what is my purpose. The more I delved into the world, the more I got curious about the stories of the places I have been wandering around. The ruins of an alchemy laboratory, mutant creatures, and mysterious biomes. The setting of a chaotic environment. All these made me invest my time in the game. You see, I am pretty much involved in the fantasy, but I don't like to be forced to read and keep track of a story, which means I hate unskippable narratives that interrupt the action. Games should have stories to be meaningful, I get it, but I don't want to read dialogues or watch cutscenes all the game. Otherwise, I will be reading books and watching movies instead. For me, what this game does a great job at is, it offers the story as optional to whom would like to invest their time uncovering the truths behind all of this setting. So indeed, my immersion scores suit me very well. Lastly, the achievement components. I have said that I expected my achievement scores to be the lowest, and that is not something I told you for no reason. You see, I hate playing games for achievement completion. It makes me feel like I am doing chores and checking a to-do list every time I finish one. I am more of a casual player. For instance, I have never watched a single video of this game related with Vend builds or secret places in my 150 hours playtime. You would expect from me to finish everything in a roguelike indie game in 150 hours, but I only have finished 9 out of 14 basic achievements, and those 9 are the ones I have done unintentionally throughout my casual gameplay. I mean, I am not really interested in completion, so 10% sounds right. What I can say about the power component is, in Noita, you gain power-ups every time just before you enter a new area, such as faster levitation, explosion immunity, and permanent shield. All these perks makes me feel stronger, and I enjoy that feeling. But that doesn't mean I'm a huge fan of power, since the game takes all of those power-ups once you gained, and once you crafted when you die. I love powering up, and also testing my skills with the same power level over and over again, until I get better at it. I like power feeling to be in between, so 30% is very accurate. Overall, besides the creativity components, I would say my gamer motivation profile was very close to the reality. For the end of the video, I would like to show you how the last minute of a 5-minute run in Devil Daggers looks like from my best run. Genuinely, thank you so much for watching.